Hey everybody, welcome back. It is World of Warships Wednesday again. And last week I showed you the final battles I sailed in my U.S.S. New York to earn my U.S.S. New Mexico, and today I'm going to show you my first battle in my U.S.S. New Mexico. So the plan here, as general on a standard battle type map here, especially on straight, specifically on this map, I'll generally make sure I try to go and join the, initially head for the defending side of our side of the map, which is what I did here. So you can see a little range check here, about 15.7 kilometers roughly for the default standard guns. I can't remember actually if I had the purchasable upgrades on here, like the gun upgrade #1 and the damage control part #1, the engine, that stuff. I don't remember if I had those actually for the first battle. I believe I did. I know I put the military month contributor flag on for the extra 5% research, so. Got Cleveland and a few others initially coming in here, but I got a little spoiled for the last few missions with my New York with the reaching out as far as my guns were reaching out there, and then to go back to the default New Mexico without the the upgraded gun director and all that was a little bit disappointing. But I'd much rather have the New Mexico than the New York for sure. The New York was fun at the end when I had it all upgraded and had all kinds of different benefit, boosts and benefits and stuff for it, but I did get used to it. But I would still rather, I was very much looking forward to having the New Mexico and learning the New Mexico and getting used to it. I did put Camouflage on for the first battle. It's just the one you can buy for, not doubloons, but the regular money, whatever the regular money is called. Definitely not called Silver Lions. So the Cleveland has brought himself within range of my guns here, and he's already on fire, so that's a pretty tempting target. Give him a little taste of the 9 guns. Little 9-gun salute. Let's see what happens here. Not too bad. 2 hits out of 9. Not the worst. Not the worst salvo I've ever had by far with a battleship, because I've certainly had plenty of 0 for 10s. But didn't do any particularly big damage. And probably time to pay attention, because the autopilot's not a problem, but sometimes the autopilot's terrain avoidance is really questionable. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me there. The terrain avoidance is really questionable sometimes with the autopilot. If you have the auto terrain avoidance turned on, they will turn and keep on turning and keep on turning and turn into some other terrain to avoid the first terrain that was going to be a problem. I can't figure out to, like, split the difference and go down the middle. Somebody got an awfully big citadel on the Cleveland right there. And I would really like to thank them, because they pretty much handed me the kill.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
On a platter there. So not too bad. First battle, first kill. I did a fair amount of damage on him, but nowhere near more than half or anything, so it wasn't like it was all my kill, all my work or anything. I'm trying to concentrate the last couple shots on that Yevny before I have to turn back and manually steer the ship, because the ship, like I said, swung way right to avoid the rocks on the left and crashed into the rocks on the right instead of steering down the middle, which is where I had the autopilot course set to go anyways, but it's alright. I'd rather have the autopilot collision avoidance turned on for the few times that it does steer the right direction than crash into everything if I'm not paying attention or if I'm zoomed way in gun mode, so it's a trade-off. I'm willing to take it. It's a minor annoyance, but certainly one I can live with. So She does take a little bit of time with the default engines and power plant and propulsion system to come to a stop, back up, get it clear of terrain, come to a stop, get going forward again. But at least where I was pretty well protected within the rocks, and there wasn't anybody closing in quickly behind me to torpedo me while I was stuck there. So far in the battle, we've lost 2 destroyers and a cruiser. They've lost a destroyer and a cruiser. Pretty even. Not a crisis by any means yet. So now, really hoping here to get a good cross around, just jump past these rocks and kind of emerge with guns ready and guns blazing and pick somebody off. But my guns are still zoomed way back at the other guy I was tracking back there. So the plan didn't really work there. The guns don't... The traverse speed on the turrets isn't terrible. It's not too great, but it's not that awful. So we'll get it zoomed in here. You can see where there's that destroyer is firing from right there. And then he got destroyed. I almost shot at him until I realized, it took me about a split second that I realized, no, I can see him because he was destroyed. I just noticed the kill feed out of the corner of my eye too when I was originally playing this battle. It said, nope, hold fire. So mostly here, we've swapped ends with the enemy team, and if you look at the score right now, a battleship, a cruiser, and 2 destroyers lost on each side, which is not bad to begin with, but considering that 2 of our battleships are idle in the background there, behind me, totally AFK, I think we're doing pretty darn good. And this Furutaka, fully trapped on the rocks there, what a gift shot that was. I mean, again, just... I did get a good Citadel hit on him and did a fair amount of damage, but still... I mean, to come upon a ship who's grounded, ran ashore... What a lovely gift that is, especially in your first battle with a new battleship. Glorious. And now things are about to get interesting, because you'll see it's not just this one destroyer, but there's actually another one coming behind him that you can't see yet, who's going to emerge. And I'm trying to protect our AFK battleships back there, but this guy too ran aground, and oh man, if I hadn't fired leading him and I was able to get my shots off on him stuck there. Oh my, the damage I could have caused. And that's why I noticed the one guy wasn't AFK anymore, thankfully, so... But still, 2 AFK destroyers that I got a free shot back on a... Or not AFK, rather, but 2 destroyers who have a free shot on an AFK battleship. And then, after that, they've got nothing to do but haul around and come straight up behind us. Catch up to us as we're moving into our... We're gonna be suddenly sandwiched between 2 attacking forces on our cap. Not a good tactical situation. So I kind of don't care at this point if the AFK battleship gets killed. It sucks for our team, but what are you going to do? I'm wasting all my shots on him instead of running away from these 2 destroyers to open some room, some distance between us so I can get some shots at them. because I'm going to be their next target, or the other battleship down in the south.
Attention, I need help.
Or I can also train my guns northward and watch at the other enemy battleships that are coming in. Still, our team is doing pretty good, I think, for being 2 players down initially and then 1 player down AFK for a decent part of the beginning of the battle, so... That was a fair amount of damage there. And that kind of sucked too.
Main turret critically damaged. Concentrate fire.
Losing a forward turret is not usually good news. There are very few cases where it is. So, do what I can to get some shots in on the Warspit there. And just barely miss him. Turret gets fixed on its own. Not about to burn or repair on a turret knocked out when I've got 2 battleships firing at me. All I need is for one of them to hit me with HE and set me on fire. I will, however, when I take a significant amount of damage like that, hit the damage control party and start building a little bit of HP back up as I'm taking hits, continuing to take hits from enemy big guns. Like that. I'm kind of walking the shots in. I don't really know what the Warspit's weak spots are as far as good places to hit them and to penetrate for a citadel. So I'm just bombing away at them, trying to get good hits on them. I mean, those were pretty good hits there. 11,000 damage isn't too bad for 3 armor piercing hits. I am taking some pretty good hits myself. But this New Mexico is basically not really moving, so he's a much easier target. He's also more broadside to me, which I'm also broadside to him. So we're basically punching each other in the face without holding up any, putting up the dukes to defend. But kind of here it's just, well, slug it out with the guy. That's what's going to have to happen. Hope that our guys down south can hold off the rest. I'm kind of going to give myself up here to give them time to deal with the battleship and destroyer down there moving in on our capture. And if you look at my health, I've got 63 points left. Taking hits. Didn't take any damage from that one. And watch how close. Listen for the reload sound here. As I take another hit from the Warspit and get killed. I mean, I was not going to kill that New Mexico by any means. But to be right reloaded as you get killed, that just stinks. And yeah, I cut the battle loose there short because, or cut the battle short there because it ran a lot longer. But here it is. Here's the results. I did get 2 kills in my first battle. There's all the damage I did. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to bringing you many more New Mexico battles, and I will see you next week for more World of Warships. More carrier action coming up soon.